Hello and welcome to WMCT Sports Wrap. We bring the action of high school sports from Marlboro, Assabet Valley, and AMSA into your living room. I'm your host, Matt Bisaccio. We have playoff games from all three schools here in the city for you. First up, we have Assabet Valley football. They finished the regular season with a 7-1 record, fueled by the strong ground attack led by DJ Bass, DJ Doucette, and Mike DiPlacido. Before their district playoff game with BVT, I caught up with their head coach, Ken Stakonis.
After an offseason where Assabet Valley football lost 18 seniors, Coach Stakonis discusses how new players have stepped up and made a positive impact.
We performed really well. We had a couple extra athletes that came out for the team that we didn't initially think were coming out for the team, and one of them ended up being a starting quarterback and the other one a receiver and cornerback, and they really helped the team out. Then we had a couple kids that just really stepped up that we maybe didn't expect or didn't see that happening, and that's usually what happens. Kids graduate and other kids step up, get their chance to play, and we were surprised by some of them. Some of them we expected it, and you just never know really until you start getting into the season what's going to happen. And we're happy with how it went about, and we still feel we have our best game to play.
He also spoke about what it will take to beat BVT this week, the only team to beat the Aztecs in the regular season.
We're just going to have to be more physical. You know, that's really what it comes down to. They beat us up front, both sides of the ball, and that really was the difference. We know we have to attack them there, and it comes down to physicality, and we have to perform better. We had a lot of mental breakdowns that led to points, and everything was either a block away or just a missed assignment, and that created all the offense for them and led up to some big plays.
The Aztecs look to destroy the dam versus the Beavers of Blackstone Valley Tech in the first round of the district playoffs. The Beavers broke through first, though, as they drove the ball 54 yards over 10 plays on their opening possession to go up 7-0. Then BVT kicked off to Assabet. Sophomore Mike DiPlacido takes the squib kick and shoots up the middle. He gets by the first wave of defenders, shakes off the kicker, and he's gone. DiPlacido takes it 78 yards to the house, and just like that, we're tied midway through the first. On AV's next drive, they were deep in their own territory. McManus rolls out of the pocket to find a receiver, but he loses track of where he is, and he takes the sack in the end zone for the safety. BVT would go up 9-7. AV had to kick it back to the Beavers, and they had it deep in Aztec territory at the 20-yard line when the quarterback fumbles this handoff. The Aztecs recover and get their offense back on the field. A few plays later, it's DiPlacido takes the handoff and runs off right tackle, makes the inside cut, and then it's a foot race. He already has a 78-yard touchdown, and now you can add a 72-yarder to that one as DiPlacido cruises into the end zone for his second of the night. The extra point, however, was no good, and the Aztec lead was only 4 going into the break. The opening kick of the second half was handled by DJ Doucette, and he has some room. He takes it across the 50-yard line. Excellent starting field position, but AV would be forced to punt. With that possession, BVT drove the ball 67 yards and capped off the drive with this 12-yard touchdown run by J.D. Anteo to put the Beavers up 15-13. Later in the fourth quarter, after an Assabet punt, BVT goes another 46 yards, and this time it's quarterback Scott McKay who takes it himself and scores on the keeper. On the extra point try, Jake Taylor comes flying in, blocks the kick, and keeps it a one-possession game at 21-13. On the subsequent kickoff, DiPlacido catches it while running back, but he follows his blockers and he finds a crease. He takes the ball all the way past the 50, but there's a flag. A holding penalty would push the ball all the way back to the 11. McManus on this play forces the throw into a tight window. BVT picks it off, and AV's run in the district playoffs comes to an early end. They go on to lose 29-13.
A second straight first-round loss is certainly disappointing after an otherwise stellar season for the Aztecs. They, however, still have a shot at their second straight vocational championship as they take on Northeastern Tech in the semifinals this Saturday at 6 p.m. Moving along, we now head over to AMSA, where the girls volleyball team had themselves a regular season to remember. The first month and a half of the season, they hardly lost sets, let alone matches. On their way to an 11-1 league record and a 5th seed in the Central Mass D3 playoffs. They took care of business in the first round against BVT and then hosted Millbury in the quarterfinals.
The Lady Eagles hosted the Lady Woolies of Millbury in the quarterfinals of the Central Mass D3 playoffs. We pick it up 1 game apiece in the third set. Millbury's service game was strong, getting aces here on back-to-back points to go up 18-14. Then later, they close out the set with this block at the net. They take the set 25-16 and lead 2-1. AMSA would have to battle back in the fourth set. They trailed 17-15 when Millbury commits back-to-back unforced errors, knotting the set at 17. Then later, an illegal touch by Millbury gives AMSA the fourth set, 25-22, and we need a fifth and deciding set. The Lady Eagles kept it close in the fifth, but the girls from Millbury never let AMSA take the lead. This overhand smash is too hot to handle, and then they show their ability at the net. Millbury comes in as the 13 seed and upsets AMSA on the road. They go on to win the fifth set 15-10 and advance to the semis to play Tri-County on Thursday.
Congrats to both sides. That was some match. The momentum swung back and forth all game, but Millbury had it last, and now they move on. We're going to call a quick timeout, but coming up after the break, we'll show you playoff highlights from Marlboro High. Stay tuned.
Going for coffee.
Watch a movie.
Spending time with a friend.
A best buddy.
It's something we take for granted.
But it can be a little hard for people.
With intellectual and developmental disabilities.
To make friends.
That is why we started Best Buddies Canada.
Best Buddies Canada matches people like me.
With people like me.
Like me.
To create one-on-one friendships.
We could use your help.
Go to bestbuddies.ca and see how you can get involved.
Because everybody needs a best buddy.
Including me.
Me.
You.
As we continue to swing for the fences, at Stand Up to Cancer, we know that any advancement can have a life-changing impact.
And here he lays down a beautiful butt. It's a safety squeeze, and safe!
And bring someone home. Stand up for the 16 million people living with cancer in the U.S. and Canada. Visit standuptocancer.org/MLB.
Gotta blow it up!
The Hero Effect is now available for online streaming.
We know if families can't afford to buy food, they're certainly not going to buy books.
If we wait till kids are in school, it's too late. If you're not reading at grade level in third grade, you get to fourth and fifth, and then we start having school truancy and dropping out of school and leading down a completely different path.
I've always been drawn to learning. What we wanted for our kids, we want for all kids.
The Hero Effect, now streaming at heroeffect.com.
Welcome back to Sports Wrap. Next, we head to Marlboro High to check in on the Panthers. The field hockey team finished the regular season 14-2-2 and outscored their opponents by a 4-to-1 ratio. That was good enough to earn a bye in the first round of the playoffs before taking on Quabbin.
The third-seeded Lady Panthers faced off against Quabbin in the first round of the Central Mass playoffs. Marlboro here has an early opportunity, but Julie Mahaney can't control the centering pass. A few minutes later, another ball is out in front of the net, but the Quabbin keeper, Sarah McFall, kicks it out to kill the threat. Then it's Quabbin's turn in Marlboro's zone. They get the ball inside, and eventually it's Olivia Fay who cleans up the putback score, and the road team took a 1-0 lead with just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Quabbin would keep the pressure on Marlboro. Sarah Orentlich made a few really nice saves, including this stick save here that kept the deficit at 1 going into the halftime break. In the second half, Marlboro would continue to have scoring chances on their end, but McFall would have none of it. First, she makes the great glove save reaching over her head, but she wasn't done there. Next, she makes the kick save. Then she deflects this shot just wide with her pad, and later she's able to get in front to shut down another attempt. Those missed opportunities would come back to haunt them as Quabbin's Michelle Tremblay sneaks in front and finds the back of the net to put her club up 2-0 with 12.5 minutes to go. Marlboro would finally break through though, as senior captain Christina Leonard snipes one between the keeper and the defender that would cut the lead to 1 with 3.5 minutes left. But that would be their only score. The ladies from Quabbin pull off the upset and take out the 3 seed, 2-1.
Not the way Coach Radzinski wanted to end the season, but anytime you make the playoffs and earn a bye, there's a lot to be proud of. Now we turn our focus to the pitch, as both the boys and girls soccer clubs made the playoffs. First, we'll start with the ladies. They went 11-6-3 on the year and made the D1 playoffs as a 7 seed, where they upset number 2 seed Neshoba 1-0. That set up the showdown with Grafton in the semis.
The 7 seed Lady Panthers hosted 3rd seed Grafton over at Whitcomb for his D1 Central Mass semifinal. Shots on net were tough to come by in the first half for Marlboro. Here, number 15 Lauren Lefebvre gets the free kick. Floats towards the keeper, but it's reeled in easily. One of the real stars of the game was senior goalkeeper Nicole Gilliatt. On this play, she doesn't let the ball come to her. She goes after it and stops the attempt. And later on, Grafton gets another decent look. The Gilliatt tracks it down and keeps the game scoreless at the end of the first half. Grafton would keep the pressure on Marlboro throughout the second half. Senior Lillian Silva has an opening to get the shot off, but Nicole stops another. This time she lays out. It takes her a moment to get back up, but she'd be okay. A couple of minutes later, she'd make another save, jumping to grab this one, and later she makes this save. Full extension, showing off the athleticism. Well done, Nicole. Marlboro's offense just never found their rhythm. This shot goes wide by Farrell, and even here with the beautiful lob pass, the header finds the keeper's legs and bounces out. In the 64th minute, Grafton would get the ball deep. Number 5 passes it in front to Kayla Cook. Cook can't get the shot off, but she spots her teammate Silva, who sees the left side and gets it past Gilliatt. Grafton takes the 1-0 lead. Marlboro would have a few more chances late, but they just couldn't cash in. This last shot goes just wide. Grafton takes the win 1-0. They now play Wachusett in the D1 Championship.
Again, great job by Nicole Gilliatt, and congrats to the Panthers on making it to the semifinals. That's no small accomplishment. Now, our last highlight comes from the Panthers boys soccer team. They went 17-3-2, 7-1 in league play, and undefeated 10-0-1 at home, and scored more goals, 73, than any other team in the Mid-Wachusett League. And in case you didn't know, that's more than 24 other teams. All that scoring earned them a 2nd overall seed and a bye in the playoffs. In their first playoff game against Groton Dunstable, they destroyed the Crusaders 8-2. That set the stage for the semifinal match against Tantascwa.
2nd-seeded Marlboro took on the 6th-seeded Warriors of Tantascwa in the semifinal of the Central Mass D1 playoffs. In just the 4th minute, Edson Dorian gets the ball with room out in front. He stops, winds up, and fires a missile at the Warrior keeper. The keeper makes the initial save, but somehow the ball goes straight up and bounces back into the net. And just like that, the Panthers go up 1-0. Marlboro senior goalkeeper Pedro Guerreri stonewalled the competition all game. First, he makes this one-handed diving save. A couple of minutes later, the Warriors get another shot on net, but Pedro jumps and snatches it. And then later, he shuts down this bid and keeps the road team off the board. In the 33rd minute, the ball finds Andre Faria, and Andre scorches this one in the back of the net. He and his teammates strike the pose for the home fans, and going into the break, the home team had a 2-goal advantage. It was a chilly night over at Whitcomb, but it didn't take long for the Panthers to heat up in the second half. Renato Rezendi comes up with the ball and finds Pedro Pino, and he puts the Panthers up 3. And then just 4 minutes later, in the 49th minute, it's Faria again. This time, he's streaking down the left side and he stops, lets the defender go by, and then rips another laser past the keeper. Marlboro takes down the Warriors 4-0 and will play Wachusett for the D1 Championship.
Although they came up just short in the championship game against Wachusett, they had a flair for the dramatic and were a blast to watch. Congratulations on the wonderful season. Well, that's going to do it for this fall season sports wrap-up. Great job by all the student athletes here in the city of Marlboro. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for the winter season. For WMCT Sports, I'm Matt Bisaccio. We'll see you next time.